Maybe you already heard this, but posting every single day won't help you to get the sales. You might be very consistent with posting content, going live, creating the carousel content, getting views, getting leads, people are following you. Maybe people are still booking a call with you, but still you are not closing the lead into your offers. So at the first thing, most like what do we do? Like we have the leads, people are coming, people are booking a call. We start to think I need to get better at sales. So we buy a sales course here for $1,000, or we practice the script. We even memorize the script. We study closing techniques from those bro marketers. And then we still wonder why we are being too much or still not enough to get paid or to close the lead at $3,000, $5,000. But here is what I have realized after working with women of color expert coaches. The problem almost never starts on the sales call. The problem didn't start on the sales call. It started way before that. It started with your content. So today, I want to talk to you and want to help you to see something that might completely change how you think about your content, how you are creating your content right now, and why fixing this one thing will help you to have higher conversion on your sales calls or DM conversations. And this will actually be way more worth it than any sales training that you bought before. So let me know in the comment section if this actually feels familiar. You get on the sales call, maybe this person followed you from an ad or organically. The person seemed warm enough, right? Because maybe they engaged with your content, like giving you likes, having conversations in the DMs, and now you're excited, right? You have this thought, I can help them. So the sales call starts after, like, you are basically starting from zero. We are explaining and asking qualification questions on the call to make sure, okay, you can help them. And then you're explaining what you're doing. You are pitching your offer, and then suddenly you are hearing it's too much money, or I need to think about it, or I need to talk to my spouse. Like you're literally hearing all the objections. Now you're in this energy where you are justifying your rate, right? You are answering the same questions that you have answered before on sales call for the 100 times, right? Maybe you are getting question, how does it work? Is this the right fit for me? What makes you different? Why should I choose you? And here's the thing, as a woman of color coach, you may also be navigating an extra invisible layer, right? There is often an unconscious bias at play where your expertise gets questioned more, right? Your price gets challenged harder. And I've experienced that as well. And you're expected to prove yourself more than your counterparts. That is real. That is exhausting. Not everyone can talk about it. Or not everyone is talking about it when it comes to, say, it's being a woman of color. So by the end of the call, even if they say yes, you completely feel drained. Or worse, they say, let me think about it, and then they ghost you. Who has been ghosted here before? Like they literally tell you, I will pay you, and then a week later, maybe they block you. This happened to me in my early stages of being a coach, but also a client of mine mentioned that as well, that the client said, I'm in, and then they were ghosted and they were blocked. Now, here is the question I want you to sit with. What if that exhausting call wasn't a sales problem? What if it was a content problem that you're having? A well qualified prospect who has truly consumed your content, they should actually come to the call being already sold on you as the process, already trusting your expertise and your proven process, and already start to believe in themselves that it is possible for them as well, right? They should already have worked through most of their own doubts. If that's not happening before the call, your content sucks. Your content is not doing its job. Because the moment a lead lays eyes on your content, the sales conversation already started. So a lot of you think the sales conversation starts on the call, on the sales call. No, it starts when they actually start to consume your content. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Now, the main thing what I teach inside my Leverage 20 program is you have to be position yourself for sales. No one is obligated. No one has to pay you. They don't own you to pay you. They don't owe you. That's the word. They don't owe you to pay you just because you are posting content. No one is obligated to pay you money just because you are a coach and you start to post content. You have to earn the right and you have to be positioned for sales. That's how you will get paid for your coaching and for the content you are posting. So that's why with your content, we believe you need to start handling objections in your sales content. And the reason why you are not doing it, I will talk about it in this episode. So let's talk first. I think that's way better to understand. Let's talk about objection. Because when a lot of women of color hear the word objection, they already go to autopilot mode and they're like, I don't want to do it. It's so sleazy. It's so pushy. It's not who I am to do it. And I think most people fundamentally misunderstand what an objection actually is. So, an objection is just a question in your prospect's mind. Write this down. An objection is just an unanswered question that your prospect is having in their mind. So when someone says it's too expensive, that's not really about money. When someone says I need to think about it, it's not about time. When someone says I'm not sure it will work for me, seems like it's not customized, that's not really about your offer. And here is what sales psychology actually tells us. Like, objections are just emotionally driven, and the prospect has too many questions to make a buying decision. That's it. And that's why on a sales call, in the sales conversation, the prospect is giving you a fear response because they don't know the answer, and because they don't have all the answer in their mind, they don't want to make a decision with you. So every objection is a doubt, a question that was never addressed before. It's a question that is living in their head, maybe for weeks, maybe for months, or maybe the question started to come on the sales call with you. So that's why they are giving you that objection on the call. And your content has to do one important job, right? So your content has one of the most powerful jobs in your entire coaching business. It sits with your audience before they ever talk to you. Your content is working for you as a sales rep on Evergreen 24/7, 365 days, right? Like if you have a profile that is public, you have a YouTube video, it's already an evergreen ecosystem working for you. It should sell for you all the time when someone lands on your content. So like it's with your audience when it's 11 p.m. and when they are scrolling on Instagram or on YouTube. It's with them on their commute. It's with them when they are deciding whether they want to reach out or not. And if your content is not speaking to the objections they are having, to the doubts and fears they are having, the hesitation why they are not moving forward, these doubts won't go away just because they are hopping on a call with you. They actually will show up even more on the call with you, and they will give you the objection on the call. Does that make sense for you? So that's why we teach inside Leverage 20 to handle your objections that you are getting on the content, in your content system. Your content has to follow the sales psychology the buyers are having, your buyers are having, so that you can actually create content that will help you to convert while you are sleeping, right? So, like, why doesn't most content handle objections? Let's talk about that. So you create content, right? So content creation is not hard for you. Like, you don't have to convince yourself, oh my God, I have to be consistent in order to double my audience. You are posting, you know, it's a non-negotiable when you are in online business that you have to consistently publish content, right? In order to actually grow and scale your business. So most women of color expert coaches create content about what they know, not what their audience needs to hear. So listen, I get it. You are the expert, you are the coach, you have the credential, you have the lived experience and the result. It makes totally sense. And it also makes sense to lead with the knowledge you have. But when you don't create content with your audience in your mind, you are creating content in your coach language. And you have to realize, as a coach, you are a few steps ahead of your ideal clients. So they actually won't resonate with your content, which is why they are scrolling past, because the content is not resonating, because you don't know how to create content based on the buyers you want to attract. So your content needs to speak to the fears and doubts they are having, but in a way where they feel understood, not in a way where they feel you are speaking at them. You have to speak like with them, where they feel like, oh my God, she gets me. Also, the number two, why you are not handling objections in your content is that as women of color, many of us have been trained to show up twice as polished, look good, look confident, look like no one should actually question you what you are doing. And so naming an objection in our content feels like admitting a vulnerability. Because when you name a doubt before, or when you name the questions before your audience does, it creates what's called a trust signal, right? It says, I sees you, I see you, I know you, what you are thinking. Like, I have been in your shoes, I have clients who are similar to you. And that is power. That's not weakness. And you have to see that. And if you feel like speaking about this feels uncomfortable, let's actually address why that feels uncomfortable for you. Why do you label objections in the wrong way instead of seeing, okay, objections are just another question that I didn't address, that I didn't answer? Let me know if you have any questions, if that actually makes sense, because when it comes to content, it's just not just posting inspirational content and that's it. It's literally your sales rep working for you 365, 24/7 for you. So your content should handle objections over and over again, so that your clients and your audience starts to see and feel like, okay, when I get on a call, it's just a decision to make. Do we actually vibe? Can I actually trust this person? And hey, okay, I'm in, instead of only hearing objections on a sales call. So this is actually the reason why you need to start handling objections in your content, right? So um, with your content, what you need to do is, like, yes, posting is important, but posting alone won't get you paid. You have to create content that supports and follows along the sales psychology that your buyers are in, because the market is sophisticated right now. Your buyers are sophisticated as well, means they have invested before in coaches and other coaches. Maybe they have been burned. Maybe they got a promise and it was never delivered. Now they have all these hesitations and fears. What if that happens again? And that's valid. That's that's so valid before someone pays you $5,000 for your coaching offer. So the question is, how ethical can you be in your content and take all those doubt away, so that a sales call feels more an easy yes for them and a easy yes for you as well. So I want you to think about something concrete. How many sales calls have you had in the last 3 months where the person said, I need to think about it? How many times have you heard it's a lot of money? It's expensive for someone who clearly needed exactly what you are offering. And how many people ghosted you after what felt like, okay, this was a good conversation. They are actually a good fit. And then you are seeing they actually blocked you and they ghosted you. Now, even if half of those outcomes were different, right? What if those people had already worked through their doubts before they ever got on a call with you? And that's what sales psychology is, based on the buyer's journey. Because before someone pays you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, there is an awareness stage, right? There are 3 phases every buyer goes through before they decide, I want to move forward. It's an awareness stage, a consideration phase, and a decision stage. And most women of color coaches, they create content for the awareness stage, right? They are attracting people, but they are not moving them through the consideration and towards the decision. And what we do inside Leverage 20 is we teach you to create a 20 to 30-minute one video where we are helping you to clearly communicate the offer that you do in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, we help you to communicate what you do in that video. We handle the objections. We help you to clear out the doubts and the fears your buyers are having, so that when someone books a call, you have to send them that 20-minute video to them, so that before the call, they are already clearing out all the objection and it becomes an easy yes for you and for them. So every time someone gets off a call and doesn't buy, you didn't just close the sale. You think, oh my God, okay, I just closed the sale. You lost the time of 1 hour, of 60 minutes. You lost your energy. You are now drained. You are now burnt out. Um, the preparation time, the emotional labor, which for women of color coaches who are already navigating pressure to overperform, that's not a small thing. So you also lost the downstream ripple, means that transformation that client would have had, the referrals they would have sent you, the testimonials that could have been. So it's kind of like your responsibility to fix this problem right now, because the cost of unhandled objections in your content is not just losing more sales. It's literally everything from that moment on. So when I say your content is costing your client, I mean it is literally costing you the client. So don't be what's the word, ego driven, like not to look at the content and why it's actually not converting for you. So let's talk about how you actually need to see about your content when it comes to handling objections, and the shift you need to make in order to feel confident to handle objections. Because it's not just a tactic, it's not a hook that you can Google or that you can copy and paste from the content that is performing from other competitors. It's fundamentally how you are creating your content, how you are a new way of seeing your content. So start to think about your content as a silent sales conversation that you start within your ideal client's mind. So a silent sales conversation means when your lead is consuming your content, they start to have a sales conversation with them now. So every piece of content you are putting out there is either building trust with you, addressing a fear, a doubt they're having, or it's just doing nothing. You are not selling at all. So people need you, people need your process, but in order for them to consuming, they need to start trusting you before they buy. Does that make sense? So If you have been showing up consistently, you are a woman of color expert coach, and you know you have this expertise, and you want to transition from one on one into a group and launch a 3K plus group offer, make sure to click the link in my bio and book a call with me, because just posting content won't help you to sell out your group offer. It won't help you to create an evergreen ecosystem around your brand. So stop blaming the leads that they are broke or they are wasting my time. Stop it. Start blaming your content, because the content is the reason why you are not closing. No one is actually, no one owes you to pay you. No one owes you to pay you just because you are posting content. That's it. And I hope this episode helped you to see where you are losing the sale. And again, if you're ready to make a change in your business and you are ready to scale your business this year, um, to and add an extra offer, which is the group offer, then DM me or book a call with me and let's have a chat. Thank you so much for coming, and I see you in the next episode. Bye.